a viral 5-minute routine is sweeping the internet with a promise that sounds almost too good to be true: the ability to reset your biological age and feel like you are 18 again in just 5 minutes a day. And the May 2026 clinical research behind it is genuinely compelling. But the same research contains a finding that the viral content is almost universally leaving out. And that missing piece is why the majority of people trying this routine are experiencing disappointing results despite doing it perfectly. The routine centers on vagus nerve stimulation. Your vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body, running from your brainstem down through your neck, chest, and abdomen, connecting your brain to your heart, lungs, and digestive system. It is the primary highway of your parasympathetic nervous system, the biological mode your body enters when it feels safe, relaxed, and recovered rather than threatened. Specific stimulation techniques, deep resonant diaphragmatic breathing patterns like box breathing or physiological sighing cold water applied to the neck and face, or humming and gargling, activate the vagus nerve and force a rapid shift from sympathetic fight or flight activation into parasympathetic rest and repair mode. Within minutes of effective vagus nerve stimulation, your adrenal glands reduce cortisol output. Your heart rate variability improves. And your body's entire metabolic orientation shifts. The liver connection is where the 5-minute age reset gets its most powerful biological justification. Under chronic stress and elevated cortisol, your liver receives a continuous hormonal instruction to halt fat burning and engage in a process called de novo lipogenesis, literally manufacturing new fat cells and packing them into visceral storage around your organs. High cortisol is one of the primary drivers of stubborn visceral fat accumulation because it is directly signaling your liver to create and store fat regardless of your dietary choices. When vagus nerve stimulation drops cortisol rapidly, the liver receives a new instruction set. The de novo lipogenesis signal gets withdrawn. The metabolic switch is supposed to flip from fat storage mode to fat oxidation mode. The visceral fat that cortisol has been directing your liver to create and maintain becomes available for mobilization and burning. Theoretically, within 5 minutes of effective vagus nerve stimulation, your liver should be transitioning from the organ that was packaging your visceral fat to the organ that is burning it. This is the biological age reset mechanism that the viral content is correctly identifying. Lower cortisol equals liver fat burning equals visceral fat reduction equals measurable improvement in metabolic markers associated with biological youth. The science is sound. The mechanism is real. And the 5-minute window is genuinely achievable. Here is the problem that the May 2026 clinical breakthrough specifically addressed. The metabolic switch flipping is only the signal. The actual fat burning, the combustion of visceral fatty acids into usable cellular energy, requires functional high-output mitochondria inside the liver cells to execute. The switch can flip perfectly. Cortisol can drop exactly as predicted. But if your liver mitochondria are underpowered, depleted, or insufficient in number, the fat-burning signal arrives at a powerless engine. The floodgates open and nothing flows through. This is the clinical reality behind the frustration that millions of people attempting vagus nerve stimulation routines are experiencing. The breathing technique is correct. The cortisol response is occurring. But the liver's cellular machinery cannot capitalize on the metabolic window that opens because the mitochondrial infrastructure required to burn visceral fat at meaningful rates was never functioning adequately to begin with. Chronic stress itself is part of why liver mitochondria become depleted. The same cortisol elevation that drives visceral fat accumulation also suppresses mitochondrial biogenesis in liver tissue, reducing both the number and efficiency of the fat-burning engines available when the stress finally lifts. Years of chronic stress create a liver that is simultaneously packed with visceral fat and stripped of the mitochondrial capacity to burn it. The 5-minute reset opens the door. But there is nothing powerful enough inside to walk through it. PQQ directly activates the PGC1 alpha pathway, the master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis in liver tissue. When PQQ triggers this pathway, your liver cells receive the biological signal to grow brand new high-efficiency mitochondria, fresh fat-burning engines with full oxidative capacity that are ready and waiting the moment your vagus nerve routine drops the cortisol signal. New liver mitochondria built through biogenesis are not carrying the accumulated stress damage of their predecessors. They are architecturally equipped to execute rapid fat oxidation the instant the metabolic switch flips. CoQ10 fuels those new mitochondria through the electron transport chain, maintaining the fat-burning combustion at full intensity through the entire post-stimulation metabolic window rather than stalling after the initial flush. The combination creates the complete 5-minute age reset protocol. Vagus nerve stimulation opens the metabolic floodgates. Mitolyn ensures the engine is powerful enough to flood through them. Mitolyn combines PQQ and CoQ10 in one formula, built around the liver mitochondrial readiness principle. Stop doing the reset without the engine to back it up. Give your liver cells the mitochondrial horsepower to capitalize on every cortisol drop that your 5-minute routine achieves. I want to be fully transparent with you. The link in my description is an affiliate link. I might earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I only share what I genuinely think is helpful. Stop doing the reset without the engine. Check the link in my description for the 2026 Mitolyn Age Reset Protocol. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or lifestyle.